What's up, YouTube? Now, this is a little bit different for my channel, but I want to break down a recent trip I went to Colorado in order to climb Mount Elbert, which is the second highest peak in the lower 48 states. The trip definitely took some time, though. I went with 3 of my friends, and we got a rental to go there. All in all, the trip was about 13 hours. I mean, of course, we made some stops there along the way, but it was smooth sailing because we decided to start it overnight. Part of it, though, was crazy because I went past my favorite Nike outlet on the way out there, so it was weird not to want to stop. Also, every meal always felt like the last because it wasn't long until I'd only be eating granola bars. And it's always fun to see different parts of the country you live in, new experiences, and it helps develop you as a person more when you encounter these new things. One of the things that we did to keep track of things was the navigation you see here. We changed the language in it so that it would totally startle us when a turn would come up. But otherwise, we finally made it to the city. We checked it out. You see the 2 mountain ranges here, Mount Elbert and Mount Massive. We also stopped in a few shops, check out some art and such. But it wasn't long until we got there and we had to start hiking up the mountain.
Hiking up this mountain is a beast. We all got our packs on. We're just about to get to the stream finally.
By doing this, we stayed up about 2 miles up the trail, and so that would help us acclimate, but there were some interesting things, such as this bridge. But it wasn't long until we got there, because as soon as we crossed the bridge, we were basically to where we wanted to set up camp. So the three friends and I all set up camp, got our tents up, and just kind of chillaxed that day. So that would be on Thursday night. Even sat in the hammock a little bit, as you can see here. But by being close to the stream, you get that nice sound, and so it helps put you to sleep, drown out any noise that the wildlife or the wind may make, during the night.
Oh, there's ice on here.
Then that following morning around 4:15, we started the hike. Went up again and again, lots of switchbacks, lots of climbing. You'll see the Apple Health here in a little bit, but took some breaks along the way, made it fairly easy on us. Nonetheless, though, it just kept going up and up and up, and the day kept going on and on and on until finally got about that first, top of the mountains. But from here, it was basically rolling, but how beautiful. As you can hear here, there's real windy up here. It's probably like 40-50 mile an hour gusts, maybe up to like 60 or something. But as we got more towards this part, which is the final 0.75 mile or so, as you can see the very, very top right there, that's where we needed to get. So that final stretch was super sketchy, but here's the stats in the midterm. And then there's us all at the top. We made it, the 3 out of the 4 of us, and beautiful view up there. Lots of work to get up there, but well worth it. Glad we did it. And then we slowly after that decided to head back down. And although you're crossing over the same ground you already saw, the way back down is actually even prettier because you're looking at the mountain ranges like this, and eventually we made it back to camp. And that's when I found that 2 of the guys were passed out cold. Then that night we of course went to camp again in the same spot, and the next day we started heading back. Got back in the car, head back home, saw some crazy stuff, drivers with their feet up, bunch of potatoes, but all in all, about 293 floors, 11.3 miles, and 30,000 steps. It's fun doing these kinds of things because it just shows the amazing things that can be done when you train for it. The elevation, of course, sucks, but you train for it. So next year we'll see what it brings, but this was the second year that we climbed a mountain range, and it was a lot of fun.